8chan? What's 8chan?
It's like 4chan but doubled. What a stupid question.
What's up, everybody? This is Jarrett from Bowling for Soup.
Hey, this is Samuel Zell. How you guys doing? Greg is here.
Hi, this is Frank Turner.
And I am Mega Ran.
And you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
Yeah, be ups and down. Don't worry about it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 66 of Upside Down Shark Radio. I'm one of your usual hosts, Craig Bourne. Joined with me
Struggled
today...
a bit there, did you?
Nicknames are hard, right, I'm just saying. Joined with me today is one Matthew Dobbie.
Yo, yo, yo.
How are you today, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah, you good? Yeah. It's been a good Tuesday, hasn't it?
It sure has, Craig.
What a week it's been. Shall we get on with the show?
So far, it's been 2 days.
2 days. It's been 2 days for this Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. What are you talking about? You mean a week since last Tuesday?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Illusion is still intact.
Neale, you're also here.
Hello, it's Thursday. We're recording on Thursday.
Oh, God damn it. This is
busy weekend, guys.
This is Upside Down Shark Radio, where we talk about films, TV, video games, comic books, and more. Have we got a new tagline yet?
No, not as far as I know.
I believe it's with a side of swank.
That sounds good. Almost sounds like a swear, but yeah, I like it. We'll be swanking all over the place in this episode, everybody. Where can people find us?
You can find us at UDS Radio. Is that right? That's not right, is it?
No, I thought your name was Dobbie.
Well, we're doing the UDS plugs.
Yes, there you go. Someone do it.
Said Neale.
Okay,
UpsideDownShark.com.
Yes.
UDS Radio on Twitter.
There you go.
I was right.
Anything else?
It's probably the same on Facebook.
Really important ones. That's fine. What's the YouTube?
Upside Down Shark.
There you go.
YouTube.com/UpsideDownShark.
Yes, Tom.
Well, I mean, if you're on YouTube, you'll find it anyway.
That is true. That is true. Subscribe on TuneIn, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and wherever good podcasteries are. Shall we talk about some pop culture stuff?
Let's do that.
What is the biggest news of the week?
Well, I'd say over the last week.
Pokemon.
Dobby, you were saying?
Well, I think over the last week, probably Nintendo's had a pretty good week, haven't they?
I think Neale sort of touched lightly on it there. What's the news? Because I just heard they had a direct. I didn't really look into it.
How did you?
Have you had coffee?
Me?
with extra sugar.
Hours.
Neale, do you want to take it away?
They announced 2 new Pokemon games, which we knew were coming anyway, to be fair. But they've given titles Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it's set in like a UK style.
Oh, I heard about that. Poke England.
Cool. It's called Galar. Galar.
Okay.
I don't really like that as a name of a region, I must admit.
It's just a name.
Galar, just a bit wafty.
What was the last one called? Hone, is that right?
Hoenn? No, that was ages ago.
I believe it's named after the legendary Pokemon Ross and Yuri.
I feel like you made that up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good. Tom's away on assignment this week, folks, just in case you were wondering where his small boy face is. So this is the show. This is it. This is it. Sorry, everyone.
We're sorry. We're really sorry.
So they announced 2 new Pokemon games. You didn't say what they were called, Neale. You probably should have done that.
I did say what they were called.
No, you didn't.
Let me jump in here. They're called Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I already said that.
He said it with a smile. Very good.
The hell,
Very
I definitely said that. As the first thing I
I'm winking at you. Oh, we're all friends here, eh?
Did they show any gameplay?
A little bit. They showed some of the region off, a few Pokemon battles, and 3 new starter Pokemon.
Do they look lame?
I mean, I don't think they look lame. I don't think they look amazing.
Do any generation look as good as the first and second generation starter Pokemons?
I mean, I quite like Gen 3.
Yeah.
I quite like Gen 4 as well, to be honest.
I think Silver. That was Gold and Silver.
Gold and Silver were the best.
They were the best.
Yeah.
I don't really care for what was the grass one from Silver and Gold?
Chikorita.
That's one. Yeah, Chikorita's
Just
fine.
just like that, he knows.
I can remember the other two. I just couldn't remember that one.
Do we reckon it's going to be a big, different game, or are they going to stick to their guns and be the Pokemon?
It looks like it's going to be kind of similar to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Oh, so a bit dumbed down.
They didn't. Well, I wouldn't say Pikachu and Let's Go was dumbed down. I just think they were built for a different audience, and I think a lot of the features were for like quality of life, like the whole Pokemon, how you catch them and stuff, and like the fact that it's more like Go than anything. But they didn't show that much actual gameplay off, did they?
Not a huge amount.
It was more about like showing off the region, like areas and stuff like that.
I think the main thing here is that it's on the Switch now, and it's going to be more like the typical DS games, the handheld games. So, I mean, there's assumedly going to be a bit more power there to do some extra stuff, but whether they'll do that or not, I don't know. I mean, personally, for me, like, typical Pokemon games the last few generations have been... I'll call it more child-friendly in their interface, shall we say, which is a bit... I don't know, it's not something that's necessarily sitting comfortably in my head when I play them, shall we say.
I don't know if I'd say they were like more child-friendly. I think they just had more space on the screen, and I think that comes with, you know, they have two screens now for the on the DS and stuff, so they've got more room to put stuff, makes it more accessible. I think the brighter colours kind of, you know, give off a bit of contrast.
You
Makes
said,
it look vivid, yeah.
You said Pokemon Go was for a different audience, but aren't all Pokemon games really for like the younger generation now?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like Pokemon's for everyone. Like, obviously, we grew up with them, played them when we were kids because that's when they came out. But we're still playing them now. I don't think there's anything. I think Let's Go was just. I think you were right to an extent that it's simplified, so that kids will find it easier to play, and it's not as hard to level and stuff. Like, you kind of breeze through that game. But
I think Pokemon Let's Go on the Switch was built more to capitalize on the whole fad of Pokemon Go itself.
Yeah, definitely.
And it therefore is a much more casual game.
Is it true that you've got to like play it for 4 hours before you can transfer your Pokemon Go Pokemon to it, and it's only a one-way transfer?
I don't know, because I don't actually play Pokemon Go, so I never used any of those features, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was a point in the game that you have to reach before you can do stuff like that.
It used to be a case in the older generations, if you wanted to trade or transfer Pokemon from, say, Gold and Silver to the next generation, you'd have to typically get to past the Pokemon League, which is very late into the game, and that would be a one-way transfer as well. So,
and then you've got Pokemon Bank and stuff, haven't you? Stuff like that you had to pay for.
I remember in the original games where you could transfer, like, as long as you got past the first gym, you could transfer Pokemons with your friends, but you had to get the gym badges, because if they were over a certain level, they wouldn't listen to you.
Yeah, that's still a thing as well. That's still in effect in like the newer games.
Oh, interesting.
Like, what was the last one you played?
Probably the DS remake of Silver.
Oh, Soul Silver and Heart
with
Gold.
Yeah, Pokewalker.
They were cool.
Yeah, they were good.
They were some of the best ones.
I haven't been. I'm sure they probably play pretty similarly to how I remember. So, yeah.
You wouldn't struggle to get back into them.
If I wanted to.
Yeah. Do you not want to? You're not interested in this one?
I'm interested, but I just don't think
He's a Digimon boy now.
He always was, I think, wasn't he?
I have always liked Digimon, but I played probably hundreds of hours of Pokemon on a variety of Game Boys over the years, and I just don't think they're for me anymore, and I don't think I have the time for them anymore either. So
it's a new Beyblade game.
I'm going to put a Beyblade on top of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it'll make it Super Saiyan.
He's waiting for the next Bionicle.
Neale, you're the worst. I hope you know this.
I can't wait for the next Medabots.
So let's get rid of the
Neale?
Pokemon. Yep. Sacked right now. Let's talk about something other than the Pokemon Direct.
Good idea.
Who has seen the Pikachu, Detective Pikachu movie trailer? No.
I have seen the trailer, yes.
Yes. You haven't seen it now?
Nope.
Okay. Dobbie, what did you think?
After the first trailer, I really wasn't sold on this movie at all. I wasn't interested. But the second trailer has basically won me over to saying, yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, that's the sentiment I've heard from most of the people is like, it's weird. This film looks actually pretty okay. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was going to be an absolute cheese fest with realistic-looking Pokemon and stuff.
Does it just look like a buddy cop film? Is that what it
yeah,
looks like?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds being Pikachu.
So now I don't care. Like, now I've lost interest. If it was like Turner and Hooch, except Hooch was Pikachu, I'd be way into that.
I hear Hooch is crazy. Thank you for that, Dobbie.
That's a good reference. I got that.
It's not. Moving on.
So there have been rumours as well of the PKU, the Pokemon Cinematic Universe. At least that's what
that wouldn't be a K. That would be a PCU.
No, because you call it PKU, and then it's easier to make it into Pikachu.
Or Pikachu.
So, yes, Pikachu. There you go. Would you be interested in seeing a Pokemon Cinematic Universe?
No.
There already is one. It's called the Pokemon animated movies.
Yeah.
That anime's
like
gotten
10 of
weird, though. Have they rebooted that like 3 times?
You can't say a franchise about talking Pokemon and like talking little pocket monsters with weird balls. And like, I don't think you could say it's got weird now.
Haven't they rebooted it like 3 times? Doesn't Ash look different now?
I don't know. It's not a reboot. It's just
doesn't Brock have eyes now?
Is Brock even in it? I don't imagine he is.
They kept bringing him back throughout the anime.
He comes back every so often, doesn't he? But
Is Misty Ginger still?
Misty's not in it.
probably.
Definitely not, I would imagine.
Apparently they changed up the companions to keep it fresh, but I would have just preferred to keep Brock and Misty. That's just me.
But even back in the day, like even who did they have? May and someone else.
Brother,
the one,
wasn't it?
Yeah, from Ruby and that was like Ruby Sapphire generation, wasn't it? I think
Either that or Diamond and Pearl. I can't remember.
But like they had loads of companions before then.
Does Jesse and James still do the thing?
Yeah, they
I
do.
think so, yeah.
As far as I know.
That's good.
Yeah. Or bonus there.
So yes, I will go and see Detective Pikachu movie.
I
I will
also
see it,
see
even though
that.
I'm not. I don't like. I said that the first time we talked about the trailer. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to see it. I don't think it's going to be any good, but I will see it.
It looks pretty okay, and that's all we can ask for. Really, it's better that it looks pretty okay than oh god.
I think the Pokemon themselves look grim.
I think that's the worst part of it, really. The Pokemon don't look at all
A
good.
film entirely about Pokemon looks.
Have you seen the Bulbasaur?
The Bulbasaur's probably the only thing that looks
The Bulbasaur
semi-decent.
looks exactly like Toothless from How to Train Your
Yeah.
Dragon. It is weird. Like they've just got, yep, that's definitely it. That's definitely it. But in sadder Nintendo news, in this Nintendo Minute, everyone's favorite big boy, Reggie Fils-aime, is retiring from Nintendo of America.
Oh, no.
Sad news.
It is sad news.
He was a great dude. He's still got to be around.
Yeah, he's still doing something to do with video games, he hinted at, but he will not be the president of Nintendo anymore. He has worked at Pizza Hut in the past and worked his way up to the Nintendo presidency. Do you remember how he came onto stage at an E3 one time?
What?
So
the first time, or
yeah, the first time he was on stage at E3. Do you know what happened? He came on stage and was like, "I'm here to kick ass, take names, and make games."
And he did.
And he
He did.
Yep. And for a Nintendo to just have a curse word straight away from this giant man, you know, you could see why that would have an impact on people.
And I mentioned it to Dobbie, I think, at the time that they had the Smash Invitational just before Smash 2014 came out. And he said, this time next year, I'm going to come back and kick your ass to the guy that won the Invitational. And then he came back next year walked off the stage like 3 times in Smash. It was so funny. Just lost that so hard.
That's a good spirit.
He came back and he actually did it as a thing. Like, no, I don't think anyone was expecting him to.
I think the gaming industry could do with more heads like that.
It gives a brand a personality, doesn't it?
Yeah, like you can't imagine someone working for EA and just coming out and doing something like that.
It'd be like a lamb to the slaughter, wouldn't it? Really. So yes, thank you, Reggie. And it seems like in the last few years he's been there's been quieter and quieter, and he's not been featured in directs and stuff like that. But you know,
I think that's just like symptomatic of Nintendo as a whole, where they've been switching to directs.
I'd say since Iwata died, especially.
They don't have as much of a live presence, do they?
Since they've been switching to directs now.
Yeah. On a side note, during the direct the other week, when they kept doing the click, that was winding me up.
Why?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. You do it once, fair enough, but you must have cut back to the guy 5 or 6 times, and every time it's just.
If you're watching the video version and someone else is talking on Google Hangouts, you can just click and it switches to your video. It's really handy. You should try. You don't. Neale can't. Oh, there you go. You don't own a Switch, Dobbie, but when you push the Joy-Cons into the controller, not only does it physically click, but like it from the software, it emits a clicking sound as well. To be
it's really cool. It's not something you notice, to be fair. It just helps you acknowledge that the controller is plugged into the screen, doesn't it?
Are you saying it's more fun? Da-dunk. Da-dink.
What?
You know when you plug something into a computer and it makes that noise?
I wouldn't categorise it as the donk, the dink.
I wouldn't categorise it as
to me, it's more like moodling. You know
and the other noise?
Doodling.
Let us know in the comments below what noise it is.
Tell us your onomatopoeia.
And
please cut this entire segment.
Reggie is being replaced by someone called
Doug Bowser.
There you go. That's it. Next story.
Thanks, Doug Bowser.
THQ Nordic. Heard of them recently?
No.
I know they made a bit of a faux pas, but I don't know if it's worth talking about, really.
I saw something about like a Q&A.
Yeah.
Was that, yeah.
They did it on a
8chan.
8chan, yes.
8chan? What's 8chan?
It's like 4chan, but doubled. What a stupid question.
4chan was getting a bit too...
PC.
People thought, it was getting too regulated. So people made a spin-off called 8chan.
It's been around for a long while, I thought.
Yes. In 2015, it was blacklisted from Google for hosting suspected child abuse porn. Suspected child abuse content. I don't want to, put it out there or anything. So the people at THQ were asked by 8chan, and they were like, "Oh, we came out here, and they asked us nicely, so we thought, why not? Let's do it." And someone said they would get rid of the bad or the mean stuff, and they didn't get rid of the mean stuff. In the AMA, there was like Nazi pictures, things, questions about like, you should stop being, don't play to the hardcore left wing, make games that are for you. And someone put, where the big tiddy lollies at?
Dear me.
So
why are we talking about this?
It's just it's a PR stunt gone wrong, Neale, and it's newsworthy. Do you not agree? I
mean, I think the fact they did it on 8chan's probably gotten far more publicity than if they'd just done a regular Q&A.
I agree. Some people have been talking about boycotting THQ and boycotting the partners that they have with them.
They've also had to apologize significantly more than they would have if they had just done a regular AMA. So
I don't think it's worth boycotting. It's just like one of those things where the PR person at THQ now, everyone really knows who he is, and people make mistakes. So I would this will all wash over eventually, and everything will be fine. Exactly. So I would like to celebrate. Upside Down Shark is going to do our first ever AMA on something called 12chan, which is even better. It's like 4chan and 8chan together. and Neale will be answering all the questions.
I'd love to do an AMA.
Well, sorry, apparently I'm doing it. Sorry, Dobbie.
So that was video game news. Who wants some TV news?
Who wants some?
Who wants some?
I'll have some.
What's
Okay.
happening on TV?
Who likes Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Not watched it.
Okay.
I've seen season 1.
Okay.
It's all
Great.
right. It's pretty good.
I've heard very good things. Many good things.
It is like this generation Scrubs, is the way I would put it. So instead of a hospital,
maybe.
it's a police station.
It's like this generation's The Bill.
No,
Well,
it's
so
not.
you're going to have to bleep that. 1 week, I'm going to come on this and I won't swear.
Oh. I would say write down that time, but what we're recording on doesn't have a time indicator. So, Neale.
Does anyone remember Space Precinct?
No. Why do you keep doing it? Stop looking at the camera like that.
I used to love Space Precinct. It was made by the guy that made Thunderbird. No, was it Thunderbirds?
Was it?
Now. I don't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? Jerry something. It was a very good show.
Pretty good show. Really
show.
good.
I had a quote of it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a really good, all-inclusive comedy series.
Oh, The Big Bang Theory.
With Andy. I can click you to just hang up right now, just so you know.
Just having fun.
With Andy Samberg. And it is very enjoyable, and it's just been renewed for season 7 on NBC, which is good.
I'm very happy it's been renewed because I know it was it fully cancelled? It was fully cancelled, and then they brought it back, wasn't it? So it's a good thing. Clearly, people wanted it back, and they're going to get even more of it than they originally had more.
And it's not one of those things where, like Futurama or Family Guy get cancelled, they get redone, and then people are just like, this isn't really... I guess Arrested Development would be a better example of that.
Yeah, because I think Futurama kept it going pretty well.
I agree too. There are people that disagree with that. Well, Arrested Development, they tried something different, and it didn't necessarily work out. And is the new Arrested Development out now?
The second half is out in a couple weeks.
Okay. That'll probably be the last season Arrested Development content we'll get, so
I
everyone
would
be
assume
happy
so.
with that.
What I liked about the season, I've seen bits of like other seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it's just a nice, simple show. Like I don't have to think too much.
Sometimes that's the best sort of stuff.
Yeah,
that we need in life.
it's easy to watch.
Yes, they have created something that is easy to watch, and it's not like 2.5 Men where like it feels like forced.
It's easy to watch, but I don't feel like it doesn't make me feel completely stupid.
There you go. That's a ringing endorsement for the back of the DVD cover there.
It's easy to watch, but doesn't make me feel thick.
So well done, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're in our hearts. Have you two heard
Terry
of...
Crews is in Crackdown 3.
He is. I've heard that. I heard that's a meddling game, according to one review on
Meddling
Upside
or
Down Shark.
middling?
Both. Have you two heard of something called Netflix?
Oh, no, what's that?
It's like...
What's Netflix?
You order your films and they send it to you through the post.
Oh.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah. And then they did this streaming site, so now you can just click on something and it plays.
Oh, that sounds like a far worse idea.
Yeah.
It'll never catch on. The BBC and ITV, they are Britain's 2 largest broadcasters, according to Engadget. And they are hoping to launch a streaming service to rival Netflix called BritBox.
Yeah, but let's be real, straight off the bat, it's never going to rival Netflix, is it?
It's already released in the US and Canada, apparently.
What? Why?
See, it makes sense to me doing it somewhere like US and Canada because you're not as easy. It's not as easy to watch the dramas and things like Broadchurch or to go for something from the BBC, like Doctor Who or something.
Yeah,
it's not as easy to watch them. The box sets are all going to be there. In the US and Canada, it makes sense. In the UK...
We've got the services already.
Yeah, and you're going to be paying, what, £5 or £6 a month just for the...
So,
Dobbie and I were talking about it earlier, and we said we decided that there's nothing worth watching on ITV that you can't already
I agree.
access.
I agree.
And it's probably
completely.
similar on the BBC. And also, BritBox is a really stupid name.
It is.
I didn't have anything positive to say about it, unfortunately. But...
They tried to do this before with Channel 4, which is so BBC, ITV, and Channel 4 are the biggest free broadcasters in this country.
Yep.
And the what was it? Basically, they got shut down because people said it would be in a monopoly, and they couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they went back, were pretty annoyed probably, and now Netflix has taken off, and they were like, "Told you, didn't I? I told you." And now they've come back, and the legislation people have said, "Oh, the times have changed, haven't they? Yeah, you could probably do that now." So BBC and ITV, who I thought were rivals to each other.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
the only good thing I can think about with this. Really, is isn't it nice they're working together?
Is one not publicly owned and one privately owned, though?
That is true. Yes,
I did wonder how that worked, like in terms of.
So apparently, as well, like people pay TV licenses. That doesn't entitle you to BritBox, and also what happens to BBC iPlayer that is available in this country as well, which people use. It's very confusing all around.
What I remember hearing about it, which probably I don't know how accurate it is, but I've read a little bit about it, which was that it's mainly for older shows that aren't as accessible.
So you could watch The Bill, like you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
Or
that's
A Touch
if
of
the bill goes
Frost.
on there.
A Touch of Frost.
I
There you
forgot
go.
about Touch of Frost.
Inspector
But
Morse,
I guarantee it won't be that kind of stuff on there.
Do you reckon?
Midsummer Murder.
It'll
What
be
about-
stuff like Downton Abbey and like Dobbie said, dramas like Broadchurch and stuff. But
What about Dave stuff as well? Because like Red Dwarf is currently on Netflix, but it's all the BBC stuff.
Dave is on the UK TV Go app, which is like a conglomeration of UK Gold and Dave, and I think Watch is in there.
I think
And all them
UK
shows.
Yeah.
that brand of people is owned by BBC though.
Oh, is it really?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
It's just that older stuff. So
that's true, yeah, it is.
it's £7 a month though, and it was $7 a month currently in America and Canada, and I don't think
It's not
I will
worth
be
£7.
going for it.
Like, yeah.
No, not something I'm interested
It
in.
might be for the older generation, I suppose, or people that really like Celebrity Juice. I don't know.
That's it. Out of all the like TV services we have over here for like iPlayer and ITV, whatever ITV has, I don't know what it's called. ITV
Hub.
Player,
ITV
isn't
Hub.
it?
The
Oh, it's a
Hub,
Hub,
yeah.
okay.
All four.
I think all four is the best one, just because it has box sets of so many other things that aren't played on their channel.
Yeah.
Like recently, they just added like the Adult Swim stuff that they're doing. So we're gonna get like Rick and Morty, Eric Andre, Super Teen, Aqua, Hunger Force, whatever that was called.
Are they going to show them though? Because Rick and Morty is already available on Netflix in this country.
I saw an advert today actually for Rick and Morty's being played on E4 as part of like an Adult Swim programming section.
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing anything else, but like everything else is going on all four.
The
Just
assumption would
box
be
sets.
right. The assumption would be when season 4 of Rick and Morty drops, which is assumedly going to be this year at some point, it's probably going to be on E4 over here for us, isn't it?
I believe it was on Comedy Central.
Really?
But
Yeah, I think that's fair.
television deals are so weird,
Yeah.
and
They
like,
shift so quickly.
and it's annoying because now it feels like our generation is on the precipice of like, we don't want to play BBC for a TV feed. Like if you launched a TV service today like the BBC, people wouldn't buy it because it's like, well, you don't get any adverts. Well, I'm not going to watch TV. So so it's weird now that these contracts are getting in the way of the streaming future that really everyone wants. And hopefully we'll get to a time where we won't need to worry about that stuff. Otherwise, people just illegally stream everything anyway.
As much as I think the license fee is good for like, publicly funding a TV channel, I don't really care about watching TV.
Yep.
So why do I have to pay to watch a TV that's not going to be watching TV?
You don't need a TV license if you stream stuff. Hot tip for you there, unless you stream the iPlayer.
Yeah, and then you have to have an account for iPlayer now, and
then you've got to select yes, I have a TV license.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you going to get around that?
So
if
much
you don't have one. So yeah, BritBox is coming to Britain in a post-Brexit world, probably. Is it time for track of the week?
I think it's time for track of the week.
Shall I do the track of the week plug?
I think I'd love that.
You would love that.
I think I would.
Great it.
Who likes bowling for soup?
You do.
Who likes the dolly rots?
Oh, I know the Dolly Rots actually. Yeah, they're all right.
You do?
Well, they got together to create an album together. That is Gerard Reddick of Bowling for Soup.
Jarrett Reddick.
You met him?
I met him. I showed him my bowls. And Kelly Ogden of the Dolly Rots. They are releasing a new album together called Sitting in a Tree. That releases March 22 on Whiskey Joe Records. And our track of the week this week is their debut single from that album called Here We Go.
Nice.
Shall we take a listen?
Let's have a little listen.
Track of the week.
Sit right there and take a picture. Nobody's ever gonna miss you. Time to step up and right now, here we go. No more with your lame excuses. You're not gonna die from a couple of bruises. So get up off your ass and here we go. Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Come on. It's a full count and the bases are loaded. It's 3rd and 10 and you don't wanna blow it. We're going into penalty kicks. Here we go. You got 15 minutes left to showtime. Check your flags up and there are 14 cars behind. The whole world's waiting for you. Here we go. Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. And I'm not gonna waste my time and say you're doing fine. And no one's gonna wait for you. You'll just get left behind. And after all you've been through, you should know it's up to you. So put one foot in front of the other. Put one foot in front of the other. Put one foot in front of the other. And go! Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Where we going? Here we go. Don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. Here we go.
Hi, this is Frank Turner, and you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
And that was Jared and Kelly with their single Here We Go from their debut album Sitting in a Tree out March 22nd.
It was rather enjoyable. I enjoyed that.
That was really punky and it was good. Yeah, it's like an upbeat, like I'm going to walk somewhere song.
Yeah, sure.
You know when you put on a song and you're just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, I feel pumped up from music.
I'm saying
never
it's
thought
not like I'm going to
walk somewhere.
I'm not going to go to the gym and work out to that song, but because that's a Rammstein sort of thing for me.
Really?
But this is like I'm going to go over there, and yeah, this is the song for that.
I must admit, last summer I was listening to a lot of Milk Teeth, and they got me pumped in that sort of way. Like, just I'm going to the park now.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the swing. Yeah,
I've always endorsed I Get Wet by Andrew WK as like the best get 'em pumped album.
AFK.
Andrew WK.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted
Dummy!
to.
You're a dummy!
Let's go into some film news, shall we? There is a new X-Men film called Dark Phoenix. Has
Yes.
anyone seen the trailer for it?
I've watched the trailer, yes.
Wait, you are good, Dobbie. You are good. You do your research.
In fairness, I'm just interested in the film.
I didn't
Yes.
know. I was meant to watch it.
Really enjoy the X-Men films from Fox. Apart from that bad Wolverine one, which I rewatched recently.
Yeah.
They've all been pretty good.
What about Wolverine Origins?
That is the
That's the
really
one you
bad.
meant.
What about the Wolverine?
I think the Wolverine's all right.
I saw that drunk. All I can remember is that I drunkenly thought, why is he holding a sword if he's got his little claws? So that's the extent of that film to me. But yes, this one does look...
What about X-Men 3?
Well,
The Last Stand.
this is them doing X-Men 3 right this time.
Well, we hope.
We hope, yes. It looks like a darker sort of tone. Apocalypse was okay. It wasn't
Very
the worst.
okay. Very.
Yeah. But this one seems like it was a middle of the road film now. It
Okay.
wasn't.
It's just, I don't know, like very okay. I don't know what kind of endorsement they
I think it would have been impossible for them to make an even better film than Days of Future Past.
Days
that
of
came
Future
before
Past
it.
is the best X-Men film.
It is a seminal classic. Right?
I don't know which one I like most, to be fair. Like,
Although
Logan,
I haven't
yeah,
seen Logan either, actually.
Logan's probably number 2. I do really love Days of Future Past.
I think X-Men, like just X-Men 2, is
It is
like
good.
one of the top ones as well.
And the same year as Spider-Man 2 came out as well.
Which is also like one of the best superhero films.
Yes.
Classic.
But this film does look good. It's the Phoenix, right? Dobbie?
Yeah, the Dark Phoenix from the Phoenix Force from space.
Yes, this one has X-Men in space, which has not happened before in the films, I believe. Am I
I would
correct?
assume that's going to happen very early in the film as well.
Yes. There's just one part I really enjoyed in the trailer is Magneto, because he holds up his hands like, yeah. What? He just gets all the guns behind him.
Oh, the machine guns, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just shooting all of them out, and he's just like, oh my God, Michael Fassbender, just take me now. Take me now.
No, I must admit, I'm not particularly sold on this movie yet. Was this the second trailer?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was the first trailer?
Yeah. I want to be looking forward to it, but I must admit I'm just not really looking forward to it at this point. And I don't know if that's because, we've still got Endgame to come beforehand, or if it's just because Apocalypse left a sour taste in my mouth. But
Yeah. Is there any other Fox films coming out this year?
New Mutants,
New Mutants. That's
New
more
Mutants.
of a thrillery, isn't it?
sort of, it's supposed to be like body horror, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Mutants getting their
do you
powers and being hurt.
Do you mean like superhero Fox movies, or do you mean just Fox movies in general?
Superhero Fox movies.
Okay, I have no idea then.
Okay. Well, do you know any Fox films coming out?
No.
Okay, well, that's
I
really
just wanted
helpful.
to like clarify.
Okay. So yes, this does look okay so far. Like,
Yeah.
I hope they haven't ruined the best bits in the trailer, like the train being mangled. For some reason,
Yeah.
they're all arrested in the train, and then she just breaks down the doors like, "I'm here," and then the train does a weird loop-de-loop thing. It should be good.
I just hope Sophie Turner's up to it, because frankly I don't think she's that good an actress.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
She's very one note in Game of Thrones. but
Yeah, she was very one note in Apocalypse too.
They've changed her character over the last few seasons of Game of Thrones. She was always the one that was like, "Why are you so useless? Everyone's using you. You're an idiot." And then, and now she's just like, "I'm fed up with everyone using me as an idiot." That's character progression there, if ever I've seen them. Neale, were you going to watch the X-Men film? Maybe for your birthday?
Yeah. I'm just kind of curious about how we feel about trailers, really, like in general.
I think Marvel do them good because they usually put stuff that isn't in the film, so it keeps you guessing even more. So, like, I reckon half the stuff that was in the most recent Captain Marvel trailer won't even be in the final film.
Yep.
What about you, Neil?
I don't know. I think we get way too many trailers, especially for like big blockbuster films. We get like 3 or 4 trailers before a film comes out, and we don't need that many. If you need to be sold on a film 4 times, then there's something wrong with the film, maybe.
trailers are different now to when they used to be because of the internet, aren't they? You used to go to the cinema, see a trailer, get hyped. Now there's a trailer for the trailer, and when they have a trailer, they'd scene for scene breakdowns and stuff like that.
My like pet peeve is when like on Facebook it'll come up with like a movie trailer, but there'll be like a little teaser for the whole trailer. I'm like, why would I want to watch a 20-second clip to watch a 2-minute trailer? I don't understand that like logic. I don't know
It's
what
all about. It's when people are scrolling. It's supposed to catch your attention.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, they run videos as ads.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that is that perfect point, isn't it? That's why they do it. It's a weird world we live in now.
I think it's a lot to do with social media engagement and stuff like that, probably. But
YouTube's just weird all around. Did you hear about Momo?
Yeah, I did hear about Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the face was pretty creepy.
It was.
I'll give it that much.
Yeah.
you know what? I literally went downstairs about an hour ago, and
you saw Momo?
No, my mum said, "What's this Momo thing?" I'm like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." And she got it up on her phone, and how like it's some kind of hoax about something.
It is a hoax. It's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be
About
like,
someone's eyes bulging, or
well, no. It's supposed to be like YouTube videos aimed at children are supposedly having had this Momo challenge come up. Supposedly,
and it turns out that it wasn't, was it?
That wasn't
It was
actually
no Momo
happening,
challenge.
but the idea was kids would message someone on WhatsApp who is supposedly this Momo person, and they would take part in challenges and have to send proof they're doing them, which would slowly escalate to self-harm and killing yourself and providing video evidence.
Right.
However, this isn't actually happening,
Yeah, and the media just heard about it or something and
decided to blow it
jumped
up.
on it. Yeah, and then that's how it got bigger because there's some sort of cycle.
Fake outrage. That's usually for the video game cycle. Why are they stealing the video games? This thing now. Whatever Momo was, though, it did look creepy.
Yeah,
and people were weird. So, the last bit of movie news and the overall news all around is that our boy, Mr. Fresh Prince himself, not Carlton, Will Smith, he's not going to be Deadshot again in the next Suicide Squad film.
I didn't know they were making another Suicide Squad film.
Have you seen Suicide Squad 1 now?
Nope.
Dobbie?
I've seen it. Yeah,
when
I first saw it, I thought this ain't so bad, and since then I've seen it more, and it's bad.
That's a good statement. It's weird. It's just such a strange film. Too many people. You can see it, can't you, straight away?
Yeah, I mean, I can't stand Jared Leto either.
Well,
and
neither can James Gunn. So
yeah, so just as well he's not in it.
James
Because James
directs
Gunn's
this film. Yeah.
See, that's the only reason I'm actually interested in this new one. It's because James Gunn's got it. As much as I'd rather he was doing Guardians.
They're using James Gunn's script for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Maybe he might come aboard, for an executive or something. Because all of that thing's long gone now, isn't it? But yes, so James Gunn is the producer of Suicide Squad 2. Will Smith isn't going to be in it. Jared Leto isn't going to be in it. And Margot Robbie is doing a film called Birds of Prey.
I think I heard somewhere that Margot Robbie's not in it either.
So she might not even be in the
Neighbours.
No.
What with Chris Hemsworth? What? Okay, great. Your silent dead stares are really going to play on the audio version of this. I'm glad. So yeah, I don't know why. Will Smith, he was alright in that film.
I think he was one of the good parts of a pretty rubbish
really,
film.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to do with this film though, because they can't do a sequel. Would they just reboot it again straight away?
I mean, with a name like The Suicide Squad, I feel like it's going to be completely different. You know what I mean? Because you can't really distinguish from the two, can you?
Well, I guess the biggest character in that film was the Joker, and they cocked that up badly, didn't they? So
the hiring process. There
wasn't really any I really like that character in the whole film, was there? No. So I guess it's going to be a weird film.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better than the first weird film.
I did say they've also confirmed a release date for Aquaman 2, I think I saw this morning.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's official. That film made stupid money, and they're going to make more of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that something DC is doing is, okay. The only good thing about Suicide Squad is the the Batman scene. I really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah, and I mean that happens in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it really, like, if there was a Ben Affleck film just for himself being Batman, I reckon it would have been really good.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a shame we never got it.
Yeah, because whiny fanboys like Neale.
Didn't see it.
So that's about going to do it. That's going to do it for our episode this week, I believe. Any passing thoughts before we leave?
I don't watch superhero stuff. Sorry, I've literally no.
You're more into anime.
Yeah, I could talk about a little bit about anime about it.
We haven't got enough time for that now. Sorry.
Oh no.
Dobbie, do you have anything?
I like KFC.
It's finger licking good, I hear.
Yeah.
Okay. We would just like to. Tom has made us do this. That Roman Reigns is officially back wrestling.
I think that's good. Like,
That's
I
good.
think it's good that he's like out of. He's in remission or something from leukemia.
Yes. Yes.
I know the name Roman Reigns.
He stopped wrestling because of leukemia, which he has been fighting since he was a little boy, apparently. And now he has beaten leukemia. But he might come back.
Ring.
He did. And we just like a good story, don't we, from time to time? So
That's a nice story.
Good for you, Roman Reigns.
You did it.
You did it. So go to upsidedownshark.com for our latest and sometimes greatest stuff that we do. Neale, there's been another comic up this week. What was it about?
Which one?
The one that you've just done, Neale.
I don't know.
The one that came out on this Sunday just passed.
Oh, okay. So the week before last, there was Final Fantasy IX.
The one that you
That was
posted.
one. Yeah, no, I'm getting there. That was the one that got mentioned last week. But yep. And the new one's about Resident Evil 4.
Okay. Thank you, Neale. We need a help man for you because you cannot sell yourself. That'll do it for us, everyone. Follow us on Twitter at UDS Radio. What's the YouTube channel?
Upside Down Shark.
Neale, what's the Facebook?
Upside Down Shark.
Sure, why not?
UDS Radio, isn't it?
I don't know. Tom did that. Follow us on the Twitter, like I already said. Rate us on Stitch and Apple Podcasts. And it says here to rate us on YouTube. So if you can do that, do that. That'd be great. Goodbye, everyone.
So long.
And that's it for episode 66.
So long.
We do the clapping now.
Oh, is that you,
There
Krillin?
you go.
Oh, what did you get here?
That's not Krillin.